IOTA. So, IOTA is one of the few crypto projects in the world that is globally compliant with the new messaging standards that are required and by all financial institutions in the world. This gives it this means it is one of a few cryptos out there that are able to potentially run a CBDC, and they have some interesting partnerships with some governments. This could lead to a lot of profits, so we're going to take a look at where they're at. Now, before I get into it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were cryptos that I thought could do very, very well, make a lot of money. And you can see what they were all worth when I recorded my videos, the highs that they hit 16 months on, and what your profits would have been from $100 into these coins. If you'd done it for each one, in that time, you'd have made over 123 grand. Now, you don't have ages to get your portfolio sorted. Altcoin season is here. And if you're sitting on cryptos you're not happy with, have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share every single coin I own with my members. When I am ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to be buying or selling and the price that I'm going to be buying or selling at. So my members get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me. They make the same profit without any work at all. If you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made. You'll see some of my past successes, which you can verify. It's public record. It's on the history of this channel. On the site, like I said, I share all the coins I'm in, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of this bull cycle. Like I predicted with so many of these. Phantom went up nearly 700 times in the last bull cycle. If you want to find out the coins I think are the winners this year, all you've got to do to find out about any of them is join up on the site, guys. Now, IOTA. So IOTA was one that I was in 2020, actually, when it was about 35 cents. Now, in its first bull cycle, it did pretty damn well. It went to highs of $5.69. In the 2021 cycle, it went to highs of $2.52 at peak. And it's not even tickled $1 yet so far this year. Now, IOTA is a DLT that has that's built on a DAG called the Tangle. So that's a directed acyclical graph. A DAG actually speeds up the more people that use it. DAG technology is actually I personally think is very, very strong. They also have staging network with Shimmer. And it aims to basically offer solutions that can push the digital economy forward. And they have a form of Ethereum compatible smart contracts, as well as an advanced consensus algorithm. They've also delivered tools for creating and managing custom layer 2s. And the Iota Foundation is kind of who's behind it. It's a charitable non-profit organization out in Berlin. It's one of the longest standing crypto projects. It was founded in 2017. And it steers open source government to bring technology to production maturity. That's the idea. Its co-founder and chairman is Dominic Scheiner. And they want to develop infrastructure to represent real world assets in digital tokens. The goal being to connect the physical and digital worlds, making illiquid assets liquid and widely tradable. Now, I am constantly in two minds about not in two minds. With regards to real world assets, I am not convinced how easy this is ever really going to be to move forward. From a regulation perspective, I can't imagine any politician being able to write competent regulation, or any lawmaker being able to write competent regulation to account for the possibilities of things that can occur when you've digitalized a house. If you've tokenized a house, how the hell is any lawmaker going to be able to go, okay, so if you then use that token in an investment, a DeFi protocol, for example, and the housing market starts having a drop, how does that change the underlying collateral that you've used for your DeFi loan, as an example? Or the DeFi market or the crypto market crashes. How is your collateral affected by that. There's so many intricacies within this, and whilst long term I think this will be done, because I think there is too much money that's out there that isn't being used, and I think all in all, your BlackRocks of the world that really run the world, your massive corporations that really run the world, yes, they get the governments to do what they want to do. They can see that there's a lot of money that isn't in play, that could be in play to make more money. So I think long-term real world assets will be tokenized in some way, shape or form. I cannot for the life of me see how that is going to work from a regulation perspective, or even really a realistic perspective. But it will, but even though I can't see it, I can still see it happening, because there's trillions of dollars out there in property and everything else that your BlackRocks of the world, your New York Stock Exchanges want to be used. So, and IOTA has a solid foundation in terms of, and I don't mean their foundation, I mean like they have a solid foundation in terms of everything that they have built. They have a very good partnership with the EU. They can run up over 50,000 transactions per second. There is a lot here to like, given that they are what's called ISO 20022 compliant, and only 9 cryptos in the world are. I think you're looking at, I always forget one, that's what annoys me. You got Verge, XDC, XRP, Stellar, IOTA, Hedera, Cardano, and then there's 2 that's gone now. And really, it's only them that can run CBDCs. It's only them. So, and with their close relationship with not only the EU, but some governments within Africa, they've probably got a shot of running real legitimate CBDCs. You can see that they've worked, or, have been spoken about and worked with some of the biggest, most influential groups in the world, such as the World Economic Forum. Less said about them, the better. So there is a lot here where you have to acknowledge they've got a legitimate shot of well, they're going to be here for probably forever, but they've got a legitimate shot of working with massive governments. I don't think they've got a chance of getting America. I think America's pretty locked up with XRP at this point. I think that's pretty clear to most of us now. But the numbers are good. While active accounts in the last 24 hours isn't great, transactions per second is pretty damn great. 35% is staked right now. So not as many tokens out there in the world as you'd think. While it's on every big exchange, of course, so it can't get a listing bounce, it is a mainstay in crypto at this point. I mean, it isn't on Coinbase, actually. It isn't on Coinbase, so I suppose it could get a Coinbase listing, although volume isn't amazing for the coin with this kind of market cap, but it does have very good days in volume. Realistically, for IOTA, I think that I don't think it's going to break its previous high of $5.69. I think it'll probably struggle to get to $2.52. I think your kind of best case scenario for this current bull cycle is around $2. And really that is going to depend on what happens with government partnerships. That's really it, right? There's 351,000 addresses on IOTA that, it is used. And while 24-hour numbers are pretty piss poor, daily active is 1,351. Make no mistake about it, this is used. They've got a good relationship with big governments. EU is going to enter into the crypto space. They already have in terms of starting regulation. They already have in terms of crapping all over privacy coins, because God forbid anyone have any privacy. If they're going to push forward with a crypto project, one that has a DLT, where every transaction is recorded, it's probably highly likely that that any kind of Euro CBDC would be run through something that has a DLT like IOTA. If there was an announcement that they're going to be running it, this would blast. This would blast. If it gets listed on Coinbase, it probably trebles, quadruples. But if it runs the Euro CBDC, it's going to be facilitating the movement of trillions and trillions and trillions of euros every year. You're running the infrastructure for a continent. This would be worth billions and billions and billions, so much more than what it is now, way past its all-time high. I don't think we're necessarily going to see that. Even a rumor of an announcement, even the speculation of an announcement could kick this on. This is probably still going to manage to get over $1. It's probably going to, it could try for $2, but I can't see any beating of 2021 highs unless something big happens. But Coinbase listing could certainly give it a shot of that. But $2 seems a fair target right now for this, but yeah, we are going to see how this goes. Now, in terms of real-world assets, how do people feel about the idea of tokenizing real-world assets, bringing it onto the blockchain, entering it into DeFi, getting borrowing and lending from it? Does anyone have any concerns about it? Does anyone think it's not going to work? Does anyone think it's never going to happen? Let me know in the comments. And if there's a real-world asset-based crypto that you think is quality, no one's talking about, let me know in the comments. I'll read about it, and I'll do a review about it. And look, the channel's really close to 90,000 subscribers now. All I need is a little bit of help from you guys. Subscribe to the channel. It helps me tick over, and yeah, just hugely helps. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle. If you're not happy with the cryptos you own, or you don't own any cryptos, get onto copymycrypto.com, have a read through the site. It's the site I run where I share every coin I own with my members. When I'm ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell, price I'm going to buy or sell at. All my members get in and out of coins, same price as me. They make the same profit, and they have no work to do at all. The coins I'm in are the ones I think are going to be the big winners of the cycle. Now, you know, you can go back to 2020, but I did a whole course in 2020 about why Phantom, which is now Sonic, would be the best investment of the year. I charged $20 for it. It went up 700 times, or well, nearly 700 times. So even $20 into that, you know, would have made you 14 grand. And like I said, if you want to find out the winners I'm in, I say it on the site. And if you go onto the site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made, my past successes, which are all on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see and you want to find out the coins I'm in, just join up on the site, guys. And that is it from me. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.